Hello and welcome to a special energy show. It is number 3, I believe. And welcome back. Now, we absolutely love our comments and your responses to what we're doing. And we've taken inspiration directly from one of our commenters.
Yes, we have. So thank you so much to Christina Mills, 53, who wrote, "Wow, so true about the COVID madness. I've only just discovered you 2 weeks ago and already feel a big sense of relief. Thank you. Here's to fun, inspiration, and miracles." Thank you so
Woohoo!
much, Christina. And this is the topic then of this week's energy show: inspiration, fun, inspiration, and miracles.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Energy Show. Here we discuss the energy solutions to the problems of the modern age. It's all about emotional well-being. It's all about energy. And our happiness matters.
Hey. I thought that was so
Wow.
groovy. Fun
Yeah, what a
inspiration.
topic, eh, Sylvia?
Yeah. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 segments. We're going to do a segment on fun, on inspiration, and on miracles from the modern energy perspective. And I think that's going to be really fun. I'm feeling tingly, I'm feeling excited. So let's get the show on the road with our first piece, which is fun. So, Alex, when I say fun to you, what comes to your mind?
I think that we have a very different understanding of the word fun. And you know what? That's okay too. I'm sure our wonderful viewers have a different definition of the word fun as well.
Well, this is the question I'm asking, and please play along, my dear fellow shining being out there. When I say the word fun, what springs to your mind? What is what comes to your mind? We're going to have some
Ob-
fun.
Obviously, for me, it's seeing my wonderful children exploring the world and having wonderful adventures together. I'd say
As,
that's a
did you
good way
did
for
you
me to
have a
have fun.
specific memory come to you there?
Yeah, I did. Just remember all the little cycle trips we used to have here, there, and everywhere. Like having a destination in mind, getting a packed lunch, and seizing the day. I love it when my children both said to me, "Wow, there's so much more fun you can have when you leave the home." And I'm like, "Yay, parental win!" Their screens were their screens lay silent.
There's,
God,
now,
is that a war metaphor? I think it much might be.
to what came to my mind, which is unfortunate, but here we have it, and this may be so for some of our viewers too. Is I, my I was brought up in a pub hotel restaurant at the crossroads of an old postal road in Germany. And we used to have to peel a lot of potatoes. So the people would drag in a 200 kilos, so 400-pound bag of potatoes. And then we have to peel them. And my young aspect when I was younger would protest and say, "This is terrible. I don't want to do this." And my mother used to say, "Why don't you make a fun game out of it?"
Right. This is
Right.
I'm concerned this is a trauma memory, Sylvia, but I'll hold my judgment until the end.
That's it. That's where that
Please
ends.
continue. Please
So,
continue.
okay, we could explore the topic by saying, well, what isn't fun, and then sort of exclude one thing after the other until the only thing we're left with is
He's a
the
very
fun.
depressed husk of a soul, husk
No,
of a
no, no,
person.
no, no. If you exclude all the things that aren't fun, then you're only left with fun, like gold, when you're going
Goodness.
into
Sylvia,
gold.
that sounds like going to see your therapist and exploring every trauma until there are no more traumas in this life, the past life, in the womb, before you can speak. And at that point, then we can be happy, right? Is this what you're saying to us?
I'm just having some fun. Well, the potato thing, when my mother suggested that we should make it fun, I mean, it wasn't just me faced with that bag. There were also numerous kitchen maids on chairs sitting around the giant bag of potatoes in the middle. And just everybody burst out into laughter. Just everybody burst out into laughter. It was hilarious. And so
yes.
from
Did
that
it make it any more fun?
Well, it definitely raised energy. And it also became a bit of a, don't know, they didn't used to call them memes in the day. But in general, from that moment forth, when some of us said, it's time to have some fun, that meant peeling potatoes. And yeah, so it survived for a long, long time that way. But yeah, different people have different ideas of fun, what they think is fun. But I think it's really important that people should know what fun is, what that feels like, what it is. I mean, to me, fun has a lot to do with laughter. I mean, that's sort of the message I'm getting from the potato sack memory, is that was fun. We're really fun being in a group. We're working together. We're in a group bubble together. It really connected with each other, and something happens, and everybody's just laughing and happy, and the energy is rising. And at that point, to be fair, it doesn't really matter what you're doing, whether you're planting telegraph poles or digging up the road or going to war together or something. It doesn't really matter at that point. It's brotherhood. It's a kind of sisterhood.
Comradeship.
Yeah, a group bubble, being a part of a crew. That is very interesting, and I have fun when that happens. And I think a lot of people, when they retire, they really, really miss that, and they don't really even know what it is that they're missing.
Reminds me of, is it Dickens? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Yeah, I mean,
that applies to the potato sack.
I discovered that sense, that almost perverse sense of fun, where I realized that if when I was building an extension, I realized that if I was out there with the builders, they would work through snow, rain, sleet.
Right.
Because together we had a common goal, a common leader, common purpose. And together we could achieve way more. You know, as soon as I disappeared to go order some bricks or some sand or cement, that was when the energy dropped.
Yeah, took a nosedive, right?
Took an absolute nosedive. Yeah. So yeah, fun is an interesting thing, isn't it? And I think we've also discussed this before, Sylvia, where I said, for me, fun can be moving 1,000 bricks from 10 meters here to 10 meters over there, because actually it's quite satisfying. Go to bricks, pick up bricks, carry bricks, drop bricks. And you said once how this is not your idea of fun.
Well, no, it isn't. However, and having said that, I had an experience, a real star experience, carrying an enormous load of boxes full of heavy books across the sort of the town square of an Oxford, I don't even know what they're called, faculty from
college.
Yeah, an Oxford college. Yeah, Magdalen College in Oxford. They have these buildings that are around a central square, and the car park is on the far side. And I had to carry all these boxes from the hall across this square to the far side. But I was so energy high, and the sun was shining, the birds were singing, and I was so energy high that was one of the best experiences of my life. So I think, I mean, I don't want to say it all together, but the higher the energy, the more the fun, right?
Yeah, of course.
We would say as modern energies,
fun is absent in low energy states.
Yes, there's nothing is fun. Nothing. Not even things that's supposed to be fun. When you're depressed, nothing is fun. And even the things that you normally think are fun aren't working anymore.
So seeing a
So
smile on a little child ceases to be fun when you're in the negative energy states.
yes, it is.
The sweet laughter of a baby cooing and giggling and in its crib ceases to be that wonderful sense of pleasure that
It'll only
that
come to know pain in misery and suffering, and then it'll die.
exactly, and that's why you're no fun at children's parties. So yeah, I had this the other day where I had I sat around a campfire and there was people discussing stress, and one was saying, "Oh, what do you mean? Stress is the best thing ever. Stress is this fantastic feeling of getting up in the day and achieving amazing things and really excited. Oh, it's so fantastic." And then this other guy was like, "What do you mean? No, stress is that pain, like feeling like a kettle about to explode inside you. You know, that pressure that builds up that gives you the headache." And I was like, "You guys are like just using the same word for different meaning here."
Yes, very much
You know,
so.
so actually, when we're thinking about fun, it's interesting to find. I'd love to hear in the comments. Please do post what your idea of fun, and should we say
Yeah.
what your idea of fun is and your idea of not fun? What's your hell and what's your sense of purpose and fun? I like that.
Yeah, I like that. And a way forward to really discuss this in a good way is through the star memories. What is a time in your life that when you really felt like, wow, this is fun. This is amazing. I'm loving this. I'm loving everything. I'm loving my life. Whoa. And
Yeah.
this is so it's to actually know and to remember what fun feels like is, I think, very important. Very important to just every so often remember that. Me carrying the heavy boxes and you carrying the bricks. Let's go with those two, because you can remind yourself by thinking about these things. You can remind yourself that, hey, actually, physical activity isn't that bad. It's not at all. It depends on the circumstances. And when I'm really strong and proud of myself and happy with myself, wow, that is when I start having fun. Starting having fun with potatoes, with bricks, with heavy boxes of books, with people, with everything and anything. Because that's the key to it, isn't it? Being energy high, being in a high energy state. So, yeah, if you want more fun in your life, raise energy.
Yeah.
That's
And
something
top
we
tips
all
for
need to
raising
do more.
energy.
Yeah.
Top tips to raise energy are connect with your star memories.
That is the easiest, seriously, the easiest thing that I've ever found. Just remember a time when you really, really had some fun. And really, don't just think about it, think into it. What was the time of day? What was the time of year? What was the weather like? What was the environment around you at that time? And who or what else was there that played a huge part in this being a real star memory? And when you do that, you can start to feel your physical body shifting and changing. Breathing becomes different, the colors become brighter. Some of us who are practiced are starting to feel tingles of like electricity flowing down our legs or up the top of the neck. And that is raising energy. That's what raising energy feels like. And yeah, so there's lots of other ways you can do it. You can tap positives, you can breathe positives in the heart position, you can do a little bit of a wind dance. This is something that I like to do. I love doing the wind dancer. Now, there's blow up things that they sometimes have outside petrol stations. And I just go,
yes, to add, what I would also recommend is take action that gives you that extra chance to have more star memories in the future. And what I'd say about this is, and I better not take a breath here, otherwise Sylvia will butt in, is that by doing more star memories and writing these in your book of stars, you develop what's called the matrix, which is all these different, seemingly random memories, and you start to see the patterns.
The connections.
And what I was saying, what my children came to that conclusion was, oh my goodness, how I interpreted what they said about, oh, it's so amazing being outside. It's so, there's so much to do out here. What I wanted there was for them to come to that realization that you're more likely to have a star event outside than you are, stuck in front of your screen all day. And just by making them have that ability to develop their matrix like that. And so people at home, what I'd suggest as well is try not to get stuck in old routines that used to give you star memories that haven't given you a star memory for a while. I think it's so easy for, say, for example, a motorcyclist to go to the same old motorcycle meetings because, maybe 20 years ago they had this amazing event there, but now they're repeating that behavior over and over again. And
Right.
case example, I think it's worth saying to yourself, okay, my behaviors, whatever it is, my hobbies, things, have I had star memories, or am I just doing it because I'm used to it? And that is a really interesting question. I think that would help the pursuit of happiness. And happiness is
Okay.
fun.
Yeah. So fun. I think that deserves a lot more attention. It's only negative memories that are being discussed, and trauma and problems and mental illness and blah 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 blah. But I don't know. Has anybody done any research, psychology research on fun? What the description is, how it happens for people, how that relates to the rest of their character. Know thyself, people. And I think one of the most important things to know about yourself is exactly when and how it happens that you really, really have had fun. And and find out more about it. Investigate that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Investigate that. In Star Matrix, what we do when you've had a message, star memory come, it's really nice, and where it raises our energy, it makes us happy, we feel better, we're smiling, our lives aren't completely pointless anymore after we remembered that. But then we ask, what is the message from that particular memory? Rather than all the many other memories that you could have remembered, you remembered that one. What is the message in that star memory? And what would you say the message was with your brick memory?
I loved it because it was such a defined goal from beginning to end. There was a conclusion when you pick up the last brick. It's yeah.
Try
So
and
that's where I say
bring that down to a nice message that you can take away on a small piece of paper.
I am Alex, and I am an achiever.
I can complete a project. I can finish a project.
I can achieve my goals. I can achieve my dreams.
I can achieve my goals. Awesome. I can achieve my dreams.
We did an interesting Star Lab recently on new laws, on new rules, and that was a really fascinating concept because really your only constraint of what you can do in this world is, I'd say, the laws of the land, which is your social contracts with the country and region you live in, and physics.
Yeah.
Everything else is reasonably optional. You have societal training, societal norms. You've got, if you want to wear a bikini in the middle of winter and march through town, you're perfectly all right to do that. But you have to be aware that the physics of the land might make that very bad for your health. But, again, when we're looking at actually what is actually capable of, what can we do in this world? I think, and looking for those rules, looking for those laws, working out what is true and what is just some kind of construct we've made up. What can we change? What should we leave alone? Yeah, that serious soul searching, and I'd say that leads to serious fun as well.
I would completely concur with that. I would say absolutely that for me and for Alex, as he's just expressed, research, scientific discovery, learning more about how the world works and our power within the context of that. is never ending amusement and fun, and something that I've enjoyed tremendously throughout my life. And yeah, that is definitely learning. You could say learning is fun.
It
So
really is.
I just want to quickly bring in my message from the potato sack. Everything's better when you have friends.
Mm.
That's lovely.
Yeah, a
Oh,
problem
I'm
shared is a
hoping,
problem halved, or something like that, isn't it? That's how it
yeah,
goes.
if you're listening to this or watching it, please give us the message from your star memory, because these messages are not just for us, they are globally relevant, and they might inspire somebody else who looks at this video perhaps in 2 or 3 years from now, or even more, and they're seeing your message and it is just spot on relevant to them to have seen that on that day. So sharing messages, I
Yes.
think,
And
yeah, it's
plus, writing
also
it
a lot of
down,
fun.
writing down your memories, your messages, and actually putting it out there and saying it out loud, makes you understand what you're saying on a deeper level, doesn't
Yes.
it?
Oh
As
yeah.
well. So as
Yes.
well as helping others, actually, I think you're reinforcing your own sense of beliefs of the world. So yeah. Please do leave comments, and we'll look forward to reading them.
Yeah, I'd love to read some messages.
Hmm.
Okay, so that was fun.
That was fun.
It was fun. It was also fun. So, so we need to move on to inspiration. Oh no. Yay, inspiration it is.
You know
Oh,
what?
okay.
After
Go ahead.
talking about fun, I'm feeling inspired.
Yes, of course. If you talk about fun, you're going to be more energy high than if you're talking about misery. That's honestly, I cannot believe that we have to teach people this in the modern energy foundation course. That if you
Hmm.
think constantly about miserable things and problems,
Hmm.
this is bad for you. And if you actually once in a while make yourself think about positive things, that actually uplifts you, raises your energy, makes you healthier, your immune system stronger, and it makes you more intelligent. So
Hmm.
I can't believe we need to teach people this, but it seems that we do. It seems that
Hmm.
people honestly do not know this.
Hmm.
It's like that thing from is it Mind Million? $1 trillion stress solution, from $1 trillion stress solution, where I said once to a person, do you know when you get the shaky hands and this churning in the stomach and the trembling and the back of your neck locks up and your mouth goes dry? That's what other people call emotions. And that guy was, I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I can't believe you didn't know that. That's amazing that people
Hmm.
don't know these really simple, basic things. And that's why
Hmm.
we're here on the Energy Show, to let more people know. And so please do share, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube
Imagine,
things to
yes.
help us
Imagine
spread the message.
You're walking down a road, and there comes to a crossroad, and by that crossroad is a sign, and one direction says think positively, and the other one says think negatively. And please use this metaphor and always think positively, because that is the way to fun and inspiration.
Yeah, take the high road. The
Yes.
road. This is what always makes me laugh in fantasy movies. You got that happening, and on the one side you got this green valley with the sun rising and little birds and butterflies are dancing around, and the other one is going downhill into the dark woods with the gnarly trees and
Uh,
and it's all grey and nasty. And people go, "Oh, I think I'll go that way." And I'm like, "Well, why? You
that's
are a
I think that's
fool."
bad. I think that's a demonstration of bad upbringing, personally. But there we go. Anyway, Inspiration. What does inspiration mean to you, Sylvia?
Inspiration. Ah, well now. um, okay, I'm just going to go with what comes to mind here. So about a year ago or so, I was felt really down in the dumps. Really like, oh, I'm so depressed. Can't be doing anything. I can't think of anything to do. So tired and I went, I need a spark of inspiration. And it just sort of, this little star flashed into my mind. And I went and made myself a spark of inspiration. I made a little cupcake energy painting, which was just dark gray in the back or dark green in the back with a holographic star in the middle. And by the time I'd finished making my own spark of inspiration, I was extremely cheerful and happy afterwards. So yeah, when we talk about inspiration, I'm going to go and find that. So I want to show that. So please tell us in the meantime while I go looking for your spark of inspiration.
Well, before then, I'd like just to talk about the way you process feeling sad, Sylvia. A lot of people's response to feeling down in the dumps, as you put it, is to force their way through it until their body starts exhibiting more and more stress issues and becomes more and more like generating their own physical illnesses, going to the doctor, saying to the doctor, "Oh, it's all awful. There's something so much wrong with me. I've got pains here, pains there." Doctor realizes it's stress, etc., etc. This is the route. I am so sad to see so many people going down. The act of realizing that you're not feeling great and then doing something about it in a positive, uplifting sense. That is such a key life skill that you are blessed with. So, yeah, well done. So, again, that's the crossroads approach, isn't it? Oh, I'm feeling really, really sad. Oh. To actually say, you know what, grab yourself up by the bootstraps. I don't really know what bootstraps are, but I can imagine. And, drag yourself up and actually find something positive, uplifting to do. And in your case, painting. For me, my definition of inspiration, I think, is certainly the energy mind, formerly known as the unconscious mind. For me, inspiration is where you have a problem and you're thinking about it logically and you're getting absolutely nowhere. And you are getting really worried about this. Maybe it can make you feel really sad, when you get into those thought feedback loops and da 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 da. And then all of a sudden, maybe you do something else. Maybe you go for a walk. Maybe you go do the hoovering. Maybe do the washing up. Maybe do some gardening. And all of a sudden, you just get this perfectly formed solution, like that goes. You're like, whoa! It is
Oh,
a light bulb moment, but apart from it being above your head, it's kind of just in your head, in your body, in your energy system. So for me, that's inspiration, and I've had that a couple of times recently. Like little problems I just can't figure out by myself consciously through logical reasoning, and all of a sudden the solution just comes, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, why did I not think of that? But then I guess I did in some strange way. It doesn't feel like, so for me, inspiration feels like just being gifted the solution. Here you go, boom. You're like, oh wow. So, yes, that's inspiration for me.
yeah, I love it. It's a again, our dear viewers, don't just listen to us. Ask yourself, okay, inspiration. When did that happen? When did something really inspire you? And you inspire means to put the spirit in, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Like put energy in. And energy, I think of inspiration like an energy lightning bolt that
Mm.
rockets you up the modern energy chart. Literally, and it can do this from -8 deepest, darkest depression up to whoa, all the way up to +6, 7 in an instance. And
Mm.
so, from a research point of view, which is a lot of fun, that is the fastest catapulting up the modern energy chart that I know of. And people do that. They have these inspirations. They lie on the couch, oh, yay, it's me. And then this thing happens, and they will literally, physically have the energy now to jump off of the couch and start assembling whatever needs to be done, or running out into the town and shouting Eureka, even without any clothes on. And it is so instantly energizing that I would love to know how we make it so that we can do that faster. And I'm guessing my spark of inspiration was an attempt at that in some strange way. But may I just may I show it?
Of course.
Okay, I need to go to the side page here. All right, so this is my spark of inspiration. Can we see this?
We can see this, yeah.
Oh, poor Sylvia, look at her.
Oh, Sylvia.
I need a spark of inspiration. See now, so I made one.
Aww.
So that's my spark of inspiration.
Oh, it's beautiful.
But the thing is, as I'm just scrolling through this, can you see that difference there? This is where the inspiration happened. In between this one and that one. That inspiration, and I think inspiration is interchangeable with idea. I think it's the same thing as having an idea. What do you think?
Oh, so for me, an idea is something logically thought about rather than inspired. And having you tell us or remind us that inspiration is essentially a spirit, almost the spirit coming into us, spirit of knowledge coming into us. For me, I think of an idea as being a fairly logical thing, but you know what? Maybe an idea could be just maybe these big inspirations that really knock our socks off and come completely unexpected. Maybe just a smaller version of that could be seen as an idea. Yeah, I could be on board with that. Like for example, if you have a small little energy thing going on, you might not notice it. But then you have I don't know, big inspiration, voice of God incident, anything major, and you just can't. It's so strong you can't ignore it. Maybe that's it, And
see, to
yeah,
me,
it's
inspiration. To me, inspiration literally is an idea. It's like you have a problem, whatever the problem may be, and then there's the light bulb, literally the light bulb moment going on over your head. I know what to do. I know how to fix this. I know something new. I know what I need to do. That's it. Yes. And to me, that's an idea. To have an idea.
Yeah.
So, that's it's an idea. And I appreciate the little ideas just as much as I appreciate the big ones. I'm very grateful for any inspiration that comes my way. So, yeah, let's put inspiration. This is important. Let's put inspiration on our list of things to pay more attention to.
Yeah,
let's
I think so.
Ask for more ideas. We do this in the heart position. We put our hands on the heart and we say, dear multiverse, dear powers that be, dear everyone who can help me, I want more inspirations in my life more often. Give me wonderful, starry, sparkling inspirations. Give me lightning strikes of understanding, of connection, of awakening, of whoa, yes, that makes sense. Now it's connected. Now I understand. Now I know what to do. Give me those because they will inspire me, delight me, and they're absolutely, I think, they're a super fast super train on your path through life. They are really that moment when the slow old oxen cart that trundles up a steep hill becomes this whoosh super train or even a spaceship. And
Yeah.
that's so exciting. I love that so much. So yes,
And
inspiration.
of
We want
course,
more inspiration.
each moment of inspiration is a star memory as well, which is quite
Totally.
fascinating, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You know, actually, some people would think solving the problem, having completed the problem solving, that's the moment of the star memory. But actually, many times it's the inspiration that leads to the conclusion. It's
And it's
that being
also
so stuck, and then all of a sudden the route forward becomes really clear.
the inspiration is that thing that rockets you up and gets you into physical action.
Mm,
Without that inspiration in the first place, you'd be still lying on the sofa and thinking about it, or
mm,
thinking about your problem, or worrying about your problem. And you're not doing anything. You're in this frozen,
yeah.
stuck state while you're still just thinking about what you should be doing or want to be doing or how to do something or and then the inspiration comes. This is what I can do. This I can do. And I can do this now. Wow. And there we are on the first brick picked up to carry to your pile of bricks to complete the
Well,
project. It's the very first beginning of any project is inspiration. And
mm,
may I just say, if I'd like you all, whatever your projects are, like your marriage, your relationship, your thing with your kids, your business, your work, your hobbies, your crafts, anything, please take some time at some point to really remember the inspiration, the original inspiration that set you up on this path that you are on today. Really get into it and remember it. And because oftentimes relationships, businesses, families, they drift off the true north. You know, shit happens, people get exhausted and stressed, we get COVID and all this bullshit. Bad things happen, and we drift off the true north. And when we go back to the original inspiration, why we do this, why we have the Guild of Energists, for example, why we're here doing the energy show, when we're getting back to that central point and remembering that, then we can see where we've drifted and we can readjust, but also we have this inspiration to go forward. So I think that, yeah, that's awesome. And I do hope you know, you are inspired by this, dear viewers and listeners
yeah. I'd
out
say,
in the
Sylvia,
world.
that your energy symbols are fantastic for inspiration.
Yes, they are. They really
Mm,
are. They make that bridge to let the dear energy mind or the powers that be give you an idea. Give you an
mm.
idea. Ideas are the beginning of everything. They are the
Yes.
beginning of everything.
So
Cool.
if you want to learn more about using your energy mind for incredible feats of inspiration and creativity, then yeah, do check out Sylvia's Supermind work, and including the energy symbols, which are a fantastic stepping stone, a very useful tool for really advanced Supermind stuff. So yeah, they make it so easy. So highly recommend.
Are we going to go on to miracles? Are we excited now about the miracles?
Well, I mean, for me, being inspired is a miracle. When I'm sailing at night through the fog, and all of a
Hang on.
sudden,
That needs to go in the miracle section. We need to swipe. We need to swipe. Which swipe would you like? The foundation swipe, the certificate swipe?
let's go certificate.
Let's go. See you on the other side for miracles. Hey, I love all these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, well, thousands, tens of thousands of people whose life have been enriched and stabilized and literally enjoyed by doing modern energy stuff. And so
Yes,
just while we're here, a big thank you to our awesome, awesome trainers who are,
out there doing miracles.
yes, they are. They're out there doing miracles. So
Mm.
we need to very quickly give a brief definition of the energy perspective on miracles. So When we use the term miracles, what we mean is moments in a person's life where that person would say, this was a miracle for me. Not some kind of weird anti-scientific bone healing or cancer healing or anything like that. It's a moment where a person would say, this was a miracle. And this is interpersonal, just inside that person, intrapersonal. They know when they experienced a miracle. That is what that is. And nothing else ever counts. Other people's miracles don't matter. Your personal miracles and you know that this transformed your life, that life was never the same again afterwards, that it completely changed the way you thought about it. That's what a miracle is. And we call that a threshold shift. And of course, every miracle is a total massive mega star event. The personal miracles are the highest level star events in our lives. And so
I think we've all got those moments, haven't we, where we look back at our lives, and what we're doing is we notice that there are certain things that happened that defy any sense of logic or reason. Case example, when you meet someone special and you look back and it turns out that they didn't expect to be going out that day, and you had this thing cancelled, which meant that sequence of events happened. And then all of a sudden you meet that person special, and it's just almost like ordained from up high that you are meant to meet them. Like
a space-time conjunction in some shape or form.
Exactly. You both essentially had higher powers guiding you into that meeting, into that connection. And that's fascinating, isn't it? It's a fascinating area of research. And just to say, well, obviously this is completely random. It could have it was an absolute 1 in 1,000 chance that your meeting was cancelled. And yes, okay, it was another 1,000 chance that their situation changed, and all of a sudden you just were walking around that corner at the same time. That's another 1,000 in 1 chance, and all of a sudden, to add these all together, that's just a 1 in a million chance. Therefore, that is scientifically not a miracle. That is just, I'd say let's just call a miracle, right? That's our definition. Something
yes, I mean, science doesn't have
science against that.
Look, science doesn't have miracles, so we don't have to worry about it. And the very first scientific description of a miracle will be created by us, has been created by us, which is a threshold shift which takes place inside an individual human being that alters permanently their interactions with themselves and with the world. That's the thing. Yeah, I remember a long time ago, I had a client, and that was really funny because I was there during a time when this lady fell in love for the first time. And it was so fun because she said, now I get it. I get the love stories. I get all of it. Oh my God, I never understood it. I thought the people who were doing this were fools. But I understand now. It's like this whole new world has opened up to me that I never even knew existed before. And I thought everybody was just stupid doing love songs and love poems and romance novels and all of that they were just deluded, stupid people. But I've now experienced it myself. It's a miracle. And that's a long time ago, but that's the first time I started thinking of miracles in a different way. To this lady, it totally was a miracle, and it has nothing to do with sending investigators in from the Roman Catholic Church to say whether this was a real miracle or not. Nothing to do with it. If you person, human being, any race, any creed, anywhere in the world, anywhere in the history of humanity, you know what it feels like when you experience a miracle.
Mm.
And that's it. That's where we stop and say no more. It doesn't matter if anyone else looks at that and sneers and says, oh, that's not good enough, a miracle. But I wanted to mention something that I heard, I think it was Jordan Peterson say. He said that nobody gives up, can give up a drug addiction unless there is some kind of miracle first. And the people he was talking to piled in on him and saying, oh, you're being stupid, blah, blah, blah. There's no such thing as miracles. And I was like, if only they had this definition of miracle, that personal threshold shift, a personal moment of transformation that is so precious and so leaves you so grateful for this, that this happened, and horrified at the idea that it might not have happened, and incredibly sad for the people to whom it clearly hasn't happened yet, but hopeful that they too at some point somehow will have this experience. It's just, once you bring the miracles back, wow, just wow.
I'd like to say something on the topic of miracles, and this seems like the perfect time to say it. So when I was much younger, in my 20s, I started mapping all these near-death experiences, run-ins with the law that somehow I seemingly got away with, run-ins with teachers that I seemingly was the only one in the class not punished for some crazy reasons. And I started to look at all these miracles that had happened in my life. And I could see that the thought process was heading towards, oh my goodness, Alex, you're special. And that was really interesting because my energy mind just came back saying, no, you're not special. You're just playing your story, as is everyone else. And that made me feel so humble. And that was really fascinating. So just because you survive that plane crash, just because you survive, the boat sinking, doesn't mean that you are somehow blessed or somehow more important than someone else. It just means that your story still is yet to run. You still need to live out what you are. And I got that. That was not only was that for some people realizing that because obviously that's a God complex, isn't it? The special one.
Yeah.
But for me, actually, being able to escape the God complex and think, oh, okay, so I get to enjoy this life. I get to experience the world. I get to travel to new places, meet new people. Yet I know that when I am meant to be somewhere, meant to talk to someone, meant to do something, meant to pick something up, meant to buy something, meant to go here, meant to go there, that's all fine. But as soon as I know that I have to, then the miracle will occur. I will be picked up by the scruff of my neck and moved over there. I'll find my feet walking towards an interesting person that is a part of the story, a part of the journey. I find it easier to talk to someone else when I'd find it more difficult to talk to this stranger. There's always these little sub miracles happening in there that I found not having a God complex incredibly stress relieving. So anyone out there thinking they're the chosen one, thinking that they're invincible, immortal, thinking that they'll live forever, I would say let that go and just think of yourself as part of the massive tapestry that is the universe.
And yet it's all quite correct. You are immortal. You are chosen. I gave a whole diatribe on this on a video called The Science Delusion. I will link it beneath this video. But in essence, if you think how unlikely it is that you're here, that your parents met and they did the thing, and all the sperms swimming away there, and there's one particular one that managed to hit that egg at that moment in time, and the genetics went boom, and it came out like you. And you are a human being with this crazy brain and the ability to travel in the multiverse in your mind, with an energy mind, a radiant energy body, with consciousness, being able to look up at the stars and say to God, whoa, you made an amazing thing here. Yeah, you're special. Damn right you are. it's just that we all are.
Mm.
And if more of us knew this, and yeah,
Mm.
it's a complex tapestry. This is why I never wanted to be a guru. This is why I've never used my very good hypnosis skills to try and hypnotize people into following me, and played it just straight down the road. I'm a human being like everybody else. And yeah, I'm special, but so are you.
Mm.
And it doesn't mean that you are snarking down on everybody else. Once you get your head around what Alex said about the specialness, then this connective tapestry begins to happen. And that's then where you're playing the game of life on a completely different level. On a completely different level.
Yeah.
And that's a miracle.
And likewise, I'd say as well for the people out there that haven't that are convinced they have no sense of that, that miracle, or I'd say yes, you have.
Yes, you do.
I'd say that it's worth just spending a little bit of time just asking your energy mind to give you a star memory of that classic event, that amazing thing that you may not even told anyone about, where you actually felt, that was a good thing.
This is the thing.
That
I
was
mean, when you're younger, you
amazing.
don't have the words to talk about it. And when you're older, it's very difficult to put into words. A personal miracle experience is very difficult to put into this everyday language.
Mhm.
Plus, also, then who the hell you're going to tell this to, right?
Your book of stars, Sylvia.
Yeah, I know. But again, by bringing in the third field, mind, body, spirit, the third field then gives us permission to talk about things like personal miracles and what our definition of fun is and what's happening in our physical body when we start remembering fun and laughter and happiness and miracles. And yes, I absolutely know that every human being has experienced their own personal miracles along the way, no matter how downtrodden their childhood might have been. I don't care. I think this is a natural thing that happens, wants to happen, a part of the evolution of the energy body. When the energy body evolves, that feels to the person like a miracle. So, yeah, this is something we should be researching, talking about, asking for. Is there anything getting in the way of me experiencing more miracles? Do I want more miracles? Am I happy to invite more miracles into my life? In that sense of it's about an expansion in yourself. Not in that sense that all of a sudden some random person throws $1 million at you. Although if there's a random person out there who would like to throw $1 million at us, we would most happily receive it. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you added that, just in case there was a person out there getting their checkbook out. Oh, Sylvia, what an interesting topic it's been this week.
Yeah. Let us know
Fun.
if you liked our 3 segments and our swipes, so that, and suggest something new, what we're going to do next week and the week after that.
I always look forward to these energy shows, and I really look forward to hearing from you in the comments. So do leave a comment and tell everyone about the energy show. It's been fantastic to chat with Sylvia today.
Thank you so much, Alex, for your wisdom and your insight, and lots and lots of love to all of you. Be blessed. I would like to bless you today with a much huger appreciation of the life that you have already lived and all the things that you have already proven yourself, already accomplished, already done. And from that, let an appreciation grow into what you are going to be achieving in the future, many of which will come as a total surprise to you. And you'll be amazed, and it'll be like a miracle. So shall it be.
So shall it be. Oh, that was beautiful, Sylvia. I'm going to give everyone the gift of inspiration. Next
Ooh,
time
yes.
you're walking around outside in nature, I want you to have a look at the trees rustling and the wind blowing, and feel your connection with this beautiful, wonderful earth of ours. And just open your mind to something new, something exciting, something energizing. And that way we can all have more fun, inspiration, and miracles.
Right. Lots of love. Bye
Bye,
for
everyone.
now.